Hello, Jeff here from Hanging by the Moments. I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about something that I've been getting a lot of requests for. I typically do videos that talk about technical things on your machines, but I've been asked a lot about a technique that I've been using for making these little ornaments. You kind of see here, I don't know if the light's too good on it, but it's got stacked text, it's got some engraving in it. And I'm going to kind of walk you through how I come up with the design, not going to give the whole thing to you. You got to figure some stuff out for yourself. But it's really pretty simple. And when people see this kind of stuff, I mean, when you look at that, people see the stacked text and they think, oh wow, that's 3D. How do you do that? I'm going to show you the easy way to do it. I'm going to show you how you can do this, and we'll design it. It won't take, if it takes 15 minutes, I'll be surprised. And that's start to finish. And then to customize these, because that's one of the things I'm asked a lot about, is dropping that where it says Christmas out and maybe put somebody's last name or first name or any other text that they want there. They say, oh, well, can you change it that way? Absolutely, I can. And so the way I do my business model for these is if you want them just like this, they're one price. If you want them customized, it's a little bit more. And so it's a really elegant looking item, but an easel, I can change those from this to personalized in a minute, tops. It's that easy, and takes me a little bit longer than if I was running like a long mill or an X carve, because then I could just hit carve and go on about my business. I have to actually generate the G code and put it into the Onefinity controller behind me. It's not that big a deal, but time is money. I'd have to do that if I did it in Vectric, or if I did it in VCarve, or if I did it in Easel. I'd still have to generate the G code. But time is money. If it's 5 minutes doing it in the VCarve software, or 1 minute in Easel, time's money. It's that simple. Anyway, I'll show you how I do that, how I do this outside design. Really nothing to it. We'll jump right into it, and I'll show you how I do some of that. Let's get right into it. Hey, let's get right into it. I got Easel open here. You have to excuse my voice. It's early in the morning, and apparently I was snoring quite a bit last night. Anyway, let's start out, and we'll just start with some basic shapes. We're going to do a circle, and let's make it 3 inches. And then we'll do another one that is I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's go in here, and we'll use the Offsetter app just to give you an idea of something else. This little app right here, do Offsetter. We don't want to keep the original, we want just the outside. And import that, and then we just do a Control A and align those like this and like this. There we go. And then we want to add that little hole on the top. That's going to be easy enough. We'll just add another circle right here. Let's kind of move it out of here somewhere. And what we want this circle to be is, let's make it 1/2 inch. And then let's choose that outer circle with that, and we will align those. And then what I like to do is just kind of eyeball this, bring this down to somewhere like that. And then what you'll do is you'll choose that outer circle with that. Control J will join those. Ah, look there. Now you got a nice little hoop. But then you change your cut settings over here to where we want to cut on the outside line. And now you've got a nice little hoop there, and then take and make you a little 1/4 inch hole. Bring it up, put it in the center of that somewhere. That looks pretty good. And then cut that one all the way through. Cut that outside all the way through. No tabs. And then what I do is this inner circle right here, I'm going to only cut it because my material is actually 1/4 inch. I'm only going to cut this 0.125. And we'll change this over here to 0.25. Alright, so now we have our little pocket. You can kind of see right here what it's going to kind of look like. Now, how do we do stack text? This is where it gets so easy, people. It's just, you'll see here in just 1 second. You just go here and choose text. Alright. And we're going to, let's just pick, I'm just going to pick some. Let's just use this one. This will be good enough. And we'll just do kind of like what we did before. It's 20, 21. Cut that. That's that cut depth. We're going to do it a 16th, 0.0625. Kind of zoom out a little bit. Bring our workpiece over like that. And then what you'll want to do is just kind of resize this down to whatever looks kind of good to you. Alright, and then your other text on top of that, let's just go with this one right here. And we'll say this is for the Smith family. So we just type on that. There we go, Smith. And you change that cut depth to the top of your workpiece. And then you just move that in. Now I'm going to show you something here that a lot of people don't know you can do. Look down here, right here, where you got text effects. If you have the Pro version, you can do this. Look at that. You see what it did? So now you can raise that up a little bit. And there you go. It's that easy. So for me to change this design, all I have to do is go in and hit that, retype the name, and generate the G-code. That's it. It's that simple. Might have to resize that a little bit, but I'm seriously talking about tops 2 minutes. It takes almost no time at all to change that. It'll take you longer to type the name in than it will anything else. So on my Onefinity, that's one of the things a lot of people will say about Easel is you have to have your machine tied to it. That is a bunch of garbage. They've added a new feature. You used to have to go up here to where it says machine and generate your G-code. And I'm not sure when this changed. It could have been very, very recent. It could have been that I didn't notice it for a long time, but you can go right here to where it says project, and right here it says download G-code. Now the way that I cut this is a little bit of a secret. I'll tell you how you can do this, is you can choose, in Easel you can choose 2 toolpaths per design. And so what I would do is I would break this out into like 2 different designs. So I would duplicate this here. Just go here and duplicate that, and then in this one I would duplicate it again because I usually use a design template, and duplicate that one again. And in this one we're going to take out the outside and that hole, and then in this one we're going to take out everything in the center. And I'll show you why. So this, I will cut with a 1/8 inch. Get that set for 1/8. So if we come back over to this design, and you watch me make a detailed toolpath, look over here. That's not going to give you the results you want. All right. What will give you the results you want, and what I find works very well, is I use a tapered ball nose well, it's not an end mill, it's a ball nose bit, but it's a tapered ball nose. So the way that I set that up is I tell it that it's a 90-degree V bit, because essentially it is. The one that I use has a very, very, very fine bit on it, about as fine as what you're going to get off a 90-degree or a 60-degree V bit. But I know the angle of it is 15 degrees. So I just tell it it's a 15-degree V bit. Easel doesn't know what to do with it, but I tell it to go ahead and generate the toolpath anyway. And then this is what your design will look like. It'll get into all those little crevices, and so it's gonna, if you look over here, you'll actually get every bit of that. It'll turn out just like that. So then here you go, you got 2, and then usually I will change these settings because my Onefinity will run much faster than that. I'll run this at like 200, cut depth 0.05. Yeah, that sounds good enough. But I like to do in the XY because it goes with the grain. And then this one, we'll do manual, and I'll cut this up to somewhere around 100. And then you simulate your tool paths, and sometimes I'm a little bit more aggressive with it than others. And so I'm looking at a total of like 30 minutes tops to cut this out. And that's $15. That's very, very, very doable. I can actually push the settings a lot more than that if I wanted to. But it's not going to give me a whole lot faster. I can do the clearing path or the rastering in a different methodology, and it would go faster, but I like to do with the grain. It comes out better. I don't have to sand, and so that's time saved too. But that's it. If I want to change this to, say, Jones, all I have to do is double click it, and we'll just go back and say Jones. We can resize it if we want to. Move it around a little bit. Make it drop down like that, so you kind of got a little bit different effect on it. And you're done. Generate your G code, go to the machine, zip it out. It's that easy. I don't know how you make it any easier. There's no real building layers and naming layers and all that. It's just you drop this stuff in, you give it different depths, and you let it go. And Easel will actually generate those tool paths based on all that. Like I said earlier, time is money, and this is as simple as I know to make it, and people absolutely love it. They think that I have spent hours and hours and hours designing this, and it literally takes minutes. There you go. I mean, I hope it helps some of you. There's tons of people buying ornaments out there, so go and create a couple of these and put them out there. You'll be surprised how fast people jump on them. They look amazing when you get done with them, and finishing is almost, with this, using the right bits, the finishing is almost non-existent. I use one of these flexible fingernail files to file the edges because it's like sandpaper. It's like a sandpaper stick. You can get them for like 96 cents at Walmart. I do that to finish the edges, and that's it. Other than how I condition things, and I do that a little bit different than most people do, and I won't get into that. But anyway, doing the conditioning takes no time at all, and finishing the part out is the easiest part to this. Anyway, hope this helps you. Let me know what you think, and I'll see y'all next time.